In today's Financially Speaking, we are laying some bricks, BRICS. We're talking about the new alliance trying to take over the U.S. dollar and what it could do to our economy. Joining us to talk about it is finance guru Dr. David Phelps. Dr. Phelps, welcome back.
Great to be back.
So what is BRICS?
The acronym BRICS stands for 5 major countries that started this alliance some 20 years ago. It's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And these countries have been wanting to remove their dependence on the American dollar as the reserve currency. The U.S. has had the strength and the opportunity to have the reserve currency for really over 100 years, and nobody's tested that strength until more recently. And now with the global economy in the shape it's in right now, with the way the U.S. has really kind of weaponized the dollar against countries by sanctions, more recently against Russia with the Ukraine war, also with Iran. Some countries are saying we need to pull away from our dependence on using the dollar for trade, and that's what's happening here.
Is it gaining new members and becoming more powerful?
We're starting to see that uptick. They just had their annual meeting in Johannesburg in the summer. These 5 countries invited another 40-some countries. They make up a large amount of the population, a lot of the trade. I think there is a strong movement to go this direction. I think it's still quite a ways off. To get a number of countries together to form any kind of a new currency, it takes a lot of work. Countries normally don't get work together very well, and so this could be some really kind of pie in the sky idealization. But I think it is a warning. It's a canary in the coal mine for America, for the U.S., that we can't continue to have the irresponsible monetary and fiscal policy that's been driving a lot of the changes that the global economy wants today. We have to be careful, is what I'm saying.
How does their growth up to this point affect our economy?
Not really significantly at all right now. It hasn't had really a chance to really develop any great inroads. But I think, again, I'm not saying that it can't. I think we're living on borrowed time, and this could be, a decade. It could be a couple of decades from now. But it's like the frog in the boiling water. You can simmer, but eventually that frog gets taken. I think that's the danger if our leaders in this country don't develop some stronger fiscal and budgetary responsibility. It's been totally irresponsible for decades now, and we're seeing that play out.
Yeah, and when you're printing so much money and not keeping up with the prices here in this country as inflation plays out, does inflation play a role in this potential monetary change around the globe?
Well, certainly. And as we know, we're seeing inflation hitting hard right now for the first time in 40 years. And that's because we've had so much stimulus money. The fiat currency, we were taken off the gold standard back in 1971 by then President Nixon. And we're seeing that evidence. Trying to fight inflation now for the first time in 40 years. We see interest rates are going up. That strengthens the dollar because we can do that here to this point. But that hurts other countries. And that's where other countries are saying, hey, the U.S., you're not playing fair. You are taking advantage of the reserve currency that this globe has afforded you, and we don't like it.
Dr. Phelps, thank you so much. For more info, go to drphelps.com.